Hi Junior Rangers, I'm Ranger Emma and I work in the Shepparton office. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, their elders past, present and emerging. My role in Shepparton means that I work on the Goulburn River and its floodplains. The Goulburn River is a heritage listed river and it's the oldest river in Victoria. It runs from up in the mountains a few hours northeast of Melbourne to where it meets the Murray River near Echuca. This is roughly 654 kilometres. Across the state we have a variety of different habitats. Along waterways across the state you will find the river redgum and what we know as a river redgum forest. While you will find this tree across the state, the other plants that are also found here will change depending on where you are. For example, the river redgum forests in Mildura will be very different to those here in Shepparton. So with that in mind, let's learn about the floodplains of the Goulburn River.
The ground cover here is a mixture of grasses and sedges, which are similar to grasses but are often found in wetland areas. We have poa grass, kangaroo grass and wallaby grass here. In the low-lying areas of the floodplain, which are often wet, you will find sedges which can cope with being in water for long periods of time. The understory, which are the medium-sized plants and trees below the redgums, is the silver wattle. This wattle can be seen from July to November when it comes out with its bright yellow flowers. It can grow to 30 metres tall in some places and is found mostly near streams and rivers. Their seeds are germinated by fire, so you will often find clumps of them in areas that have burnt. The canopy that you can see is the river redgum tree. The river redgum is a tall tree which grows to 45 metres in height. It has a thick trunk, heavy twisting branches and spreading open crown. They can live up to 500 years. The river redgum is mostly found along waterways and on floodplains because they are species that like to be wet and can survive being in a flood for long periods of time. They rely on the floodwaters to wash their seeds onto higher ground where they will germinate and grow before the next flood. The floodwaters are very important for the germination of seeds. The river near Shepparton floods roughly every 10 years and we often get minor floods in between. The river redgum trees here are roughly 200 years old. One of the cool things about the river redgum is they can survive stress by dropping their limbs. By dropping a limb, it is one less part of the plant that requires to be looked after and means that the trunk and roots can survive. Some examples of stress here in Shepparton are extreme heat and drought. When they have dropped their limbs, it leaves a hollow in the tree. These hollows provide homes for birds, possums and gliders, some of which are endangered in this area. It does mean that we all need to be careful if we are out in the bush or along the river not to camp and picnic below those trees, as those branches can sometimes drop with no warning. This really is a beautiful place to work and I am incredibly lucky to work in this role.